Hello everyone, it's the Farmsim guy here, hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to Edgewater and to Generations. As you can see here, we've just got the last few bits of the field of peas to finish, and then that will be harvest done for our fields. Or so we thought. And I'll just jump into the tractor here and we'll run over whilst the combine's doing its thing, and let me show you the opportunity that's arisen for us. So, we have a neighbour farmer just over the road who has offered us a deal. Now, we don't have the money to do anything with it, but we think we're going to go and see the bank manager. It is now 1969. In Generations, we're just about to roll over into 1970. Farming is becoming a little bit more commercialised. Opportunities are coming up. We need to branch out or we are going to get left behind. That little old Lands combine, while it's doing a great job, is ideal for our fields, but if we take advantage of this opportunity just over here, we're moving to a whole different type of farming in terms of scale. So if we run up here, that's past the other field there, that needs to be baled still. We need to get the baler on that this episode at some point. But over here, the farmer's been unwell for a while. He doesn't want to continue with the farm due to ill health. So he is looking to sell things on, and he has offered us a very good price for this massive field here. Look at this, with cropping. So if we just head up to here, Leroy Wilson owns the land, and it is a 12.74 acre plot. There's nearly 100,000 litres of oats on here, and he's only looking for $120,000. Now, we have $36,000 in the bank, but I'm also concerned that our little Lands combine isn't going to manage this. Now, John Deere have just released their new 4400 series of new generation combines with wider headers. We may invest in one of those. So there is the combine. Very modern compared to our Lands. Enclosed cab, which really helps with all of that dust and everything that's going on there. A bigger capacity as well, 6,500 litres it will take in the tank. And you can go for a 4.5 or a 5.5 metre header as well. So again, much bigger than our Lands at the moment. We won't get rid of our Lands. It's a pretty handy second combine, especially for some of those smaller fields. But this one, it would be crazy not to. Price-wise, $21,000 new as well. So what we need to do is raise some capital somehow. Now, obviously, we can afford to buy the combine, but we can't afford that land at the moment. So we need to speak to the bank manager, see how willing he is to let us borrow the money for the time being. I think he's going to be pretty keen. We've got some good land. We've got a well-run farm. We'll take that as insurance, shall we say, for an investment like this. But for now, priority is just getting the rest of these peas into the silo, and then we'll go and sort out the paperwork and see if we can take that land on. We want to move quickly as well, because that crop is ready to harvest right now. So that's the bonus of it. We get the crop as well as the land for the future. Now, my other concern is we have a serious amount of land now, and our small tractors and our small narrow width equipment may not be appropriate going forward as well. So I wonder, there has a brand new John Deere tractor being released. Not many have been made yet, and we may invest in one of those and a rather bigger cultivator as well to get these fields turned quickly. But we'll come back to that in a little while. So there we go. That is the combine just finished this field. Now, there is some straggly bits which I'm going to jump into the combine and go and pick up myself around some of the edges, but they won't take long to do. You can see up there that funny little inlet in the field. Means that we'll have to go and collect those, but apart from that, we're done. Typically our auger wagon was full as well, so we'll go and empty this, and then we'll go and get those little bits in the combine. We also need to do that baling, we can't forget about that as well. That's another job for today. We won't get too carried away with the new field. But then again, there's probably going to be a pretty healthy amount of straw off that field as well. So let's get this unloaded and let's move on with things as quickly as we can. Right, here we go. Let's get all of these last bits picked up. You can see there's 23% still in the tank. So there wasn't enough space in the auger wagon to pick that up. But there's no way there's a full tank's worth here. It's just going to take us just a little bit of time to pick all these bits up. Right, here we go. The last two stragglers. This was worth doing, actually. We had 23% in the tank. 35 now, so it was a good amount of crop. It would have been silly to leave that much on the field, so well worth doing. Let's just grab this one last little bit, and then we're going to head home. We are going to put our shirt and tie on and go see the bank manager. Well, that's me heading back from the bank, and if you look in that top right hand corner there, we have had the loan approved. In fact, we've already spent some of the money. We stopped at the dealership on the way back and we have invested in some new equipment which should be getting delivered any time soon. We'll give you a little bit of a walk through it, but we haven't bought the field yet, so we need to head over to the farm, go and see Leroy and do the deal. So we will be back shortly. So there we go. It is field 22 down here. So if I just click on this, click on farmland. It is $120,456. And it is now ours. We have expanded the farm. And we've got a little bit left in the bank too. So that's not too bad at all. We'll see how we go with that now. Hopefully, in the next few minutes, the dealership should be dropping off our new equipment. Well, there we go. Look at that. It is a different level. Let's start with this, shall we? Let me tell you the backstory to this. Originally produced in 1969, WA14 was designed by Wagner, and I think there was some patent issues. And part of the deal, John Deere said, well, you can build us some John Deere versions of this. And there it is, 205 horsepower, big wheels. I think it's going to really work well in that new field we've bought and some of our bigger fields here. It's a glorious piece of kit. Of course, I will put the link in the description because I'm guessing a few of you may want this. Drawbar only, no 3-point hitch on it, so we need to find an appropriate... Really, I'm thinking cultivating and seeding with this. It will get through a lot of ground pretty quickly, but we're going to have to find an appropriate cultivator with just a drawbar hitch. I know there's some decent old ones with 3-point hitches, but I haven't found one yet with a drawbar, so that's the job for this week, is to find something for that. But what a beaut. Oh, what an absolute beauty it is. Can't wait to get stuck in and using that. And then here, the 4400 new gen combines that we've already talked about. Real step forward compared to the lands that we've got over there tucked away in the shed. We've got a 5.5 metre header coming with this as well. Because the land's pretty flat, you can get 4.5 metre, but I went for the 5.5 metre to see if we can cover ground a little bit quicker. And a bigger tank, 6,500 litre tank as well. From Tired Iron modding these, so you know they're going to be good. So, how exciting. I think we should probably get straight into combining those oats, because that field is ready and we don't want to lose that crop now we've bought that field. So let's get stuck in. The WA14 is going to get parked up for a while, but I tell you what, I'm counting the hours until we can use that. So let's push on, let's get the new combine over to the field. We'll probably be able to upgrade our auger wagon, or maybe even the gravity wagon. We'll do a little bit of a test on the auger pipe there and make sure that it reaches, but if it does, we are laughing. So, let us push on. We'll see you shortly. Right, let's get this reversed in. There we go, that'll do for now. Like I said, it is a matter of time till I get the privilege of using it, but we've got some field to be combining now. I did say I was going to test the auger pipe on this, didn't I? Now you can see that 5.5 metre header. What a difference that's going to make compared to what we had on the Lance. I think the Lance was 3.4 or 3.5. Let's just see what happens with this auger pipe as well. If it's gonna... This looks really promising. Okay, it's gonna be all systems go here. Look at that. Amazing. Right, on that note, let us get this over to the field and let's start harvesting those oats. This is gonna be brilliant. I am excited. I am excited. Let's go. I haven't forgotten about the straw here, but actually it makes sense if we harvest the oats to then get the straw off the field too. So all is looking good. Now we're going to cut the first header. One of the things with Edgewater, these fences close to the fields can cause some issues if you're not on your toes with them, keeping tabs on things, but we're old hands at this now, so shouldn't take too long. What a difference this is going to make. The 4400s were first released in 1970, so we're roughly in the right era. The Wagner tractor, 1969. So you could safely say we're straddling a couple of decades here, but trying to keep true to my aim when I started Generations of keeping it broad where I could find the appropriate mods. So I hope you are finding this fun and interesting still. Right, let's see how far around this field we can get before we need the gravity wagon. I'm going to take a bit of time to get this right. I also want my straw swaths nice and neat as well. Oh, it's dusty. Right, we'll push on with this. I'm going to put the HUD up so you can see what's going on as well. We're already at 5%, so there's no way we're making it around the field in one go here. There's a good crop on this. Leroy had done some good work to make sure it was a good crop, and now we're benefiting from it. Now we do obviously have to pay that bank loan back as quickly as we can, but I'm kind of hoping that the crops we've got will help us do that, and maybe some milk and the animals as well. If they start reproducing, we get some nice calves that we can fatten up and sell on as well. That's going to help us. But for now, we've just got to get this crop off and then start thinking about what we're going to put in here for next season. Right, we'll see you back when we've done this first headland. We'll have a chat then. Right, here we are. I would say 2/3 of the way around the field. Just got the one edge to go there, which is quite straight, but we're not going to make it all the way around. We're on 96% already. But it does mean I cut out a little gap here. Gate for the farmer next door's field is there, and I'm sure he won't mind if we use that to get our gravity wagon in. And we can get this unloaded, and then we can get the field opened up good and proper. So let me just park this here, power it down, we shall open the pipe and we'll go and get the gravity wagon. Now before we do that, we're going to have to move to bin number 3, because we've got our peas in this one. In fact, it should tell us how many we've got in here. I walk up close, 20,000 litres in there. We have got 4,600 litres in there, so let's get our oats into this one. So my aim here is to try and give ourselves enough space that we can still manoeuvre vehicles around the yard while this is set up. So I'm going in at an angle like this rather than full blown sticking out in the middle of the yard, but that I think looks pretty good. That looks well aligned. We can just hook the Massey back up. Now they did say there was about 100,000 litres of crop out of this, so this is going to be by far our biggest crop. I've already got my eye on this field here as well behind us. Doesn't belong to us just now, but I would like to make it ours as well. If we're expanding the farm over time, that would be my dream ticket. Right, there we go. All set up. Right, drop the smaller auger wagon off. It still may come in handy in the future. Like I said, we're not going to get rid of that Lands combine. It could be more handy in the smaller fields, but we'll see over time whether or not it gets used. But the 4020 is still our fastest tractor. So, let's crack on with this. It's the best one for going to and from the fields. So let's get it over and get it loaded now. Volume-wise in this, we should get quite a few loads in this, hopefully, from the combine. So, I think what we need to do now is just push on and get things done. Right, here we go. Let's get this underneath. Like so. And we are loading. Right, I think we'll just leave this here. And we'll push on with the combine. I think maybe another couple of headlands. Give ourselves space to turn and then get working on the up and down rows. So we might need to be a bit handy with this for the next little while. Volume-wise, I'm not sure what this will hold yet, but it's not going to take long to fill it up actually. Combine has a bigger than you realise tank size. And that gravity wagon looks almost full. It's not. It's a bit of a. Oh, it's a bit of an optical illusion. It's almost like the fill plane fills quicker. But we are already on 61%. That's insane. That is insane. Right. Enough messing about. We've got a field to harvest, and it looks like we've got quite a lot of wagon running to do. I was not expecting to fill that quickly. That just shows what a good crop it is. Right, we've put the hired help in the combine because it's going to take us too long if we try and do this on our own. We're going to be running the grain cart. Look, they've started on the second headland already. We're running the grain cart and hopefully we'll be able to keep up. I think we will. It's not too much of a run to the yard, and everything's set up there. It just depends on how quickly this wagon unloads. Now, it does unload from the combine relatively slowly as well, so this could be fun on this windy little area. But we'll give it a go. See how we get on. There we go. It's moving around a lot. But hopefully there'll be enough here to at least get this full so that the combine is empty while we're unloading it, and then it's all systems go after that. Head down, get through this field as quickly as we can. We're at 89% already, 91. There we go, we're full. Combine is still, I would say, about half full. Let's get this back to the yard. Let's do a test tip. And then we should be back in the field in time. Now as we head down the road here, one of the other big benefits of that combine is the speed it's moving at. It's going through the field a lot quicker than the Lance sat at about 4 miles an hour. I think we're at 6 miles an hour already with that combine, so I'm glad I went for that bigger head. I was slightly worried that it would be underpowered and the combine would struggle, but no such chance. It is going really, really well. So, we will see you at the silo. Okay, there we go. Yes, I hadn't turned the auger on, but I have now. And it looks like we are working well, so let's see how quickly this unloads. I'm not sure if it's limited by the speed of the auger or the speed of the unload of the gravity wagon, but it is working. You do have to get pretty close to it, so I'm going to have to be careful not to knock it on the way out, but so far so good. And that's unloading relatively quickly, I'm happy with that. So we'll just let that unload and then we'll head back to the field. Right, back to the field we go, and the combine's already waiting. We'll push on now and we will get a little montage going. You can sit back and relax and enjoy that, and we'll check back in a little while. Right, we're back in the field here. We're making really good progress. You can see, though, we're missing a few rows. I think the width of the header is set wrong slightly, and the helper's getting it a little bit wrong. We'll go along at the end, and we'll tidy this up. One thing I have already decided to do is probably try and merge some of these together to make the baling a little bit more efficient as well. So we'll look at that before we bale this field as well. But at the moment, we're making good progress. We're about halfway through the field. We've got about 36,000 litres in the bins already, but all is looking really, really good. Look, he's ready again. Can barely keep up, which is fantastic. Right, that's us hooked on, unloading again. Now, there's lots to do on the farm at the moment, so what I'm thinking about doing, and I haven't had the chance to do it for the last few weeks because I've been so busy with work, is do a live stream. And we've not done a Generations live stream before, so I'm looking forward to doing one of those on Wednesday. So if you'd like to join me for that, I'd be very, very delighted to have you there. But yes, it's been really good fun this episode. I'm delighted to get some new equipment. We're kind of evolving through the years as well as we go, but we're making good progress on this field, and we're making good progress on the farm. So for now, from me, the FARMSIM guy, thank you very, very much for watching. Keep the comments coming, keep the suggestions for mods coming, and we'll see where we can take the series. But there we go. Thank you very much for watching. Take care, and bye for now.